हेलो बच्चों, कैसे हैं आप सभी? आई होप यू आर रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर कंसिस्टेंटली विदाउट फेल. आई रिमाइंड यू दैट डू नॉट skip reading newspaper. Still a lot of you are confused what to read and how to read the newspaper. For that, let me take your 1 to 2 minutes and tell you how to read newspaper. ठीक है? So on the very first page, I am giving you some of the articles that you need to cover from that particular day's newspaper. You just open your newspaper, tick them one by one, and just give a cursory glance on the articles that I have mentioned to be read on your own, and the articles that are tricky but very very important to be covered, that we are discussing in the class itself. All right, so there are two articles that needs to be taken in detail. One is about environmental ecology part, and that is about Nilgiri Thar, and the questions are asked by UPSC that which schedule of the particular act are covered, that particular species or that particular flora and fauna is in which schedule, and various aspects related to that. So prelims में ऐसे questions आते हैं. Another article that is important for us for today's discussion is about curative petitions, role of Supreme Court, and various, its interpreting role of the laws, and to what extent judicial review should be there. And curative petition as one of the roles of the Supreme Court has been discussed in this article critically. So let's take both the articles in detail. First, let me show you the points that some of the news there are some 10 articles that you need to cover from newspaper today. You can have a look on this. So these are the articles that you have to go through on your own, just a cursory glance. Okay, like as Supreme Court backs EVMs, rules out revival of paper ballots. So it's not much tricky. There is not much tricky information in this. The second article, IUCN representative to be an observer in Nilgiri Thar survey, that we will take up in detail. Then sounding the gravel on curative jurisdiction, that we will be taking up in detail. Then trust in machines, that you can go on your own, not to be much read about it. Like this, there are 10 articles. So the articles that we will take up in detail in this one, let's take up that. So IUCN representative to be an observer in Nilgiri Thar survey. So you can look at the picture. This is Nilgiri Thar, and the points that I wanted you to note down is this. So Nilgiri Thar is the state animal of Tamil Nadu. The first information. Second information from this article is this line. The 3-day exercise is being done to estimate the population of the Thars, which once roamed the length and breadth of the Annamalai and Nilgiri landscape. Annamalai and Nilgiri landscape. The animal is listed as an endangered species by International Union of Conservation of Nature. So IUCN ने इसको किस कैटेगरी में डाला है? Endangered. First prelims point is this for you. Okay, and the second point is this. It is in Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. तो क्वेश्चन इस तरीके से पूछ सकता है. Consider the following statements about Nilgiri Thar. One statement can be given that it is endangered or vulnerable. The other can be it is in Schedule 1 or Schedule 2. So this is the information that was relevant for you from this article that I wanted you to note down and read carefully. The second line is this. There are around 3,000 Thars in Western Ghats according to report released by World Wildlife Fund. So WWFI has released a report, and it has said that in Western Ghats there are 3,000 Thars left. Okay? In 2015 this report was released, and sizable number of them is concentrated in the Annamalai Tiger Reserve. So Annamalai Tiger Reserve कहाँ है? That you should know. All right. So this another important point. So this is it about this first article. The second article let's take up in detail, and this is very very important. So this is sounding the gavel on curative jurisdiction. So the first paragraph is about court, and the article begins with the court and the article ends with the court. both the codes can be used to form mains related question, and this is important for you that you note down these codes. You can write these codes related to the powers and the responsibilities of the judiciary, especially Supreme Court. So the first code, which is the certainty and guidance which men seek in the law stems from their yearning for security and safety, which is the legacy of the childhood. Professor H.L.A. Hart. तो इसका मतलब क्या है? The certainty and guidance which men seek and law stems from their yearning for security and safety, which is legacy of the childhood. So childhood की legacy ये होती है that security and safety is felt in that moment, and the certainty and guidance comes from that security and safety that has been felt. So this is the quote, and that can be asked in essay as well and in GS paper 2. Okay, polity and governance. All right, and it can also be used in ethics as well. Okay, so laws, there are laws and there are various topics mentioned in ethics. There, this kind of quote can be used to write or authenticate your answers. The second paragraph is about role of Supreme Court, and what is that? It has said that it has just listed down the role of the Supreme Court. What are they? So there are these are the Supreme Court is highest court of appeal. Supreme Court is a federal court, and it has advisory jurisdiction, and it has the power to appoint and transfer judges of High Court and Supreme Court itself. So this is the point that you need to note down, the role of the Supreme Court. And then further, what is mentioned? It is mentioning about curative jurisdiction, and this is defined as, it is the meaning of curative jurisdiction is, it is a power to correct its judgments after they have become final. All right, so it is the power to correct its judgment after they have become final. तो final होने के बाद जो कोर्ट अपने jurisdiction, अपने judgments को correct करती है, that is called as curative jurisdiction. Cure provide करते हैं after they have become final. This is the distinct from power of judicial review. तो power of judicial review और curative petition के बीच का difference पता होना चाहिए. That we will look at subsequently in our discussion. So note down here the difference or the meaning of curative jurisdiction. Now later on we will also look at the difference between curative jurisdiction and judicial review. Then next point is, the court has constitutional role to declare the law. The law must and often does progress with the growth in human knowledge and with societal change. तो law जो है वो कैसा होना चाहिए? Law should evolve, law should be changed, law should adapt to the evolving nature of the society and evolving nature of needs of the human beings. So law की ये nature होना चाहिए that it changes as per the need of the society. But change अगर है तो change को एड्रेस करने के लिए हाउ फॉर लॉज शुड बी चेंज, जिससे कि जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल इंटेग्रिटी है वो उस पर क्वेश्चन मार्क ना आए कि भाई स्टांस ही चेंज करता रहता है तो इसकी इंटेग्रिटी क्या है, जो आज कुछ और कल कुछ और बदल रहा है. तो इंटेग्रिटी होना इंपॉर्टेंट है. अनदर क्वेश्चन विच रिमेन्स टू बी आस्क्ड इज दिस: इफ द लॉज हैज टू अडॉप्ट to the changing nature and needs of the human society and needs of the society and humans, so how does, with the changing nature of the law, changing nature to suit the changing nature of the society and human needs, how to uphold the integrity of the institutions and the laws bring forth by these institutions as well? This is the one question which remains, and this will be critically discussed in further paragraphs. So the court has constitutional role to declare the law. Then the next point, the judgment of the court must reflect and sometimes trigger the changes in law. It is for this reason that courts modify their views. Examples of change in the court's view include the right of privacy, decriminalization of homosexuality, and so on. So these are the cases, examples where court has reviewed, where court has provided curative jurisdiction and has changed its earlier stance or has modified its earlier stance. Two examples which has been given is right to privacy and decriminalization of homosexuality. So these are the two examples, and you should also remember. Now the difference comes about curative jurisdiction vis-a-vis judicial review. So what is the difference between curative jurisdiction and judicial review? So curative jurisdiction में क्या होता है कि यहाँ पे ना ही सिर्फ कोर्ट चेंज करती है अपने अर्लियर व्यू को, बट रिवर्स भी कर सकती है. जुडिशियल रिव्यू में सिर्फ और सिर्फ चेंज करती है. सो द डिफरेंस बिटवीन क्यूरेटिव जुरिसडिक्शन एंड जुडिशियल रिव्यू इज दैट इन क्यूरेटिव जुरिसडिक्शन द कोर्ट कैन चेंज इट्स स्टांस और इवन रिवर्स द अर्लियर स्टांस टेकन. In judicial review, the change in the stance is done. All right, so this is the difference between judicial review and curative jurisdiction that you should remember. Then the further point is here is mentioned why we are doing this discussion, this entire discussion about curative jurisdiction is because there is a case Delhi Metro Rail Corporation Limited DMRC versus Delhi Airport Metro Express Private Limited, that is DAMAPL. So DAMAPL and DMRC के एक judgment pronounce हुआ and there जो Delhi Metro Rail Corporation है, it took certain there was certain deal between Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and DAMAPL, in which the deal which was delivered by DMRC was not up to the mark. There were certain loopholes in the task which was taken up, which was to be delivered. When DAMAPL raised this issue कि भाई जो है आपका जो काम है that is not up to the mark, please provide a curative steps, इसको क्योर प्रोवाइड करिए, इसको जो है ना सही करिए, तो उसमें भी फेलियर था. तो एक देयर वाज अ टर्मिनेशन क्लॉज एंड द टर्मिनेशन क्लॉज सेड दैट अगर प्रॉब्लम होगी या प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पाएगा वी विल टर्मिनेट द एंटायर डील. तो इस बेसिस पे DAMAPL ने DMRC के साथ अपनी डील टर्मिनेट कर दी. दिस वाज चैलेंज इन द कोर्ट and the arbitral court था that ruled in the favor of DAMAPL, and this was then taken up further in Supreme Court in the form of curative jurisdiction. And then पहले तो कोर्ट ने DAMAPL का ही जो स्टांस था उसको सपोर्ट किया, but then later on it reversed it stance. So this is why this case has been taken into consideration, and that's why we are discussing curative jurisdiction. And why this article for you is important, because UPSC इस तरीके का क्वेश्चन पूछता है. Before we discuss this in detail, let's look at one of the question UPSC has already asked, and this particular case is also important for you because UPSC question पूछ सकता है. तो PYQ रेलेवेंस क्या है? मेंस में देखो क्वेश्चन आया हुआ है 2016 में. What was held in Coelho case? First part. In this context, can you say that judicial review is of key importance amongst the basic feature of constitutional? So जो जुडिशियल रिव्यू के बारे में पूछा कोयलो केस में क्या जजमेंट था, व्हाट वाज हेल्ड इन कोयलो केस, एंड इन दिस कॉन्टेक्स्ट आप ये बताइए कि क्या जुडिशियल रिव्यू बेसिक फीचर ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का पार्ट है. तो दिस क्वेश्चन वाज आस्क्ड बाय यूपीएससी इन 2016. तो फिर से ये केस भी दिया जा सकता है, DMRC DAMAPL का केस, एंड इसमें जो जजमेंट है वो दिया जा सकता है, एंड देन यू कैन बी आस्क्ड अबाउट curative jurisdiction, critical stand about curative jurisdiction. What is the meaning of curative jurisdiction, the difference between judicial review and curative jurisdiction, and what was held in this particular case. And then there is a quote again has been mentioned in the last paragraph, that quote can still be given as a question in mains or in essay as well. That we will look up. So अभी थोड़ा importance आपको पता चल गया कि कैसे questions आते हैं. Let's go back to the article again. And look at this statement, the last statement which I was mentioning. To borrow Justice Jackson's words, the Supreme Court is not final because it is infallible, but infallible because it is final. ठीक है, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट फाइनल नहीं है क्योंकि इनफैलिबल है, चेंज हो सकता है, बट चेंज हो सकता है क्योंकि चेंज हो सकता है क्योंकि ये फाइनल भी है. ठीक है, तो इसका ये ऐसा सिंपल मीनिंग है. सो दिस इटसेल्फ कैन बी यूज्ड इन एसे और इन एथिक्स, ऑलराइट, एज अ क्वेश्चन, पूरा क्वेश्चन बन सकता है, और इस आर्टिकल के बेसिस पे यू कैन हैंडल दिस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इजीली. तो चलिए इसको थोड़ा इजी तरीके से समझते हैं. एंड आर्टिकल में अगर आप इफ यू रीडिंग द आर्टिकल इट माइट सीम क्वाइट ट्रिकी, बहुत ज़्यादा जोर लगता है, समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहा है. इसको सिंप्लीफाइड मैनर में देखते हैं. So the first thing which you need to know is the difference between curative jurisdiction and judicial review, that we have already discussed. Let's see Delhi Metro Rail जो judgment था उसका क्या complete understanding है. So background of the case क्या है? The case involves a dispute, as I already mentioned. So there was a dispute between DMRC and DMEPL. क्या है ये? Delhi Airport Metro Express Private Limited. इसमें there was a deal that the termination of long-term contract happened. There was a contract between DMRC and DAMAPL. This contract was terminated to a stretch of the Delhi Metro Rail. अब बेसिस क्या टर्मिनेशन का था? DAMAPL ने टर्मिनेट क्यों कर दिया? DAMAPL terminated the contract citing the presence of a defect in metro's construction and invoked the termination clause that allowed termination of DMRC failed to cure such defects. मतलब जो डील थी, जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था बिटवीन डैम्पल एंड DMRC, इट सेड दैट देयर कैन नॉट बी एनी डिफेक्ट. Also, if there is defect, let's say, and it is highlighted, then it should be cured. If the cure of the defect is not provided, then as per that termination clause, the entire contract can be terminated. So this is what this was all done by the DAMPL. Then it was taken to the arbitral tribunal, and that what was the decision of arbitral tribunal? It said that it ruled in favor of DAMPL. मतलब DAMPL के फेवर में किया कि ठीक है, टर्मिनेशन क्लॉज के अंडर जो टर्मिनेशन कॉन्ट्रैक्ट का हुआ, दैट इज ऑल राइट, दैट कैन नॉट बी क्वेश्चन. देन सुप्रीम कोर्ट का क्या डिसीजन था? DMRC चैलेंज द आर्बिट्रल अवार्ड in the Supreme Court, which upheld the award. Then the Supreme Court ने भी it upheld the award given in the arbitral court. Then emphasizing the limited scope to challenge arbitral awards under Indian law. अब इसके बाद फिर क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन फाइल की गई. क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन में क्या हुआ? क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन was filed, which is a rare legal remedy. So curative petition, the first thing is a rare legal remedy used to prevent miscarriage of justice. So if there is a miscarriage of justice, then curative petition का जो route है, that is invoked, and Supreme Court through the curative jurisdiction can undo the miscarriage in judgment in providing justice if at all it happened. So in an unprecedented move, the Supreme Court set aside the arbitral award in this case through the curative petition. मतलब जो अवार्ड आर्बिट्रल ट्राइब्यूनल में दिया गया था और बाद में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सपोर्ट किया था इन फेवर ऑफ आर्बिट्रल अवार्ड, दिस वाज डन अवे इन थ्रू व्हेन इट वाज द सुप्रीम कोर्ट रीच अगेन थ्रू क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन. तो इसकी वजह से ही पूरा जो क्यूरेटिव पिटिशन का पर्पस है, दैट वाज क्वेश्चन, दैट इज बीइंग स्क्रूटिनाइज्ड, दैट इज बीइंग क्रिटिकली डिस्कस, कि अगर इस तरीके से सुप्रीम कोर्ट अपना स्टांस चेंज करेगा तो क्या जो इंटेग्रिटी है इंस्टीट्यूशन की वो क्वेश्चन में नहीं आती है. दैट इज व्हाट इज बीइंग डिस्कस्ड इन दिस आर्टिकल. फर्दर, एज आई सेड, एज आई शोन यू, यूपीएससी प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन पेपर में कोयलो केस पूछा जा चुका है. इट वाज दैट व्हाट वाज हेल्ड इन कोयलो केस. सो अगेन यूपीएससी कैन आस्क व्हाट वाज हेल्ड in DMRC versus DAMPL case judgment, and then what do we mean by curative petition? Is curative petition undermining the integrity of the Supreme Court? Such kind of questions can be asked, so you should know all these aspects. So what is the challenges related to curative jurisdiction? That is now the second thing which you need to know. So there is a question on consistency and reliability about curative jurisdiction. हमने पहले डिस्कस किया. Institutional integrity भी question बनता है. Then it raises questions on judicial interference, like then conclusion. आप conclude किस तरीके से करोगे कि भाई ठीक है curative jurisdiction भी जरूरत है, curative jurisdiction में challenges हैं, तो conclude कैसे करना है? Because I have already been telling you that you should know theme wise introductory and concluding remarks. आपको पता होना चाहिए, ठीक है. Introduction, conclusion ऐसे aspects पे कैसे लिखते हैं, आपके पास ready-made paragraph होने चाहिए, and you should learn how to write introduction, conclusion from the very first day of your preparation journey. So conclusion कैसे लिखो? Establish clear guidelines and criteria for the exercise of curative jurisdiction to ensure consistency and predictability in its application. This could include defining the threshold for invoking curative jurisdiction, specifying the types of errors or violations that warrant its use, and outlining the procedural requirement for filing curative petition. तो ये आप बैलेंस स्टांस ले सकते हो curative jurisdiction के टॉपिक पे, ठीक है. Then further PYQs देख लिया हमने, and there is a prelims question which was asked in 2017 on similar topic. Look at the question. In India, judicial review implies, तो 2017 में पूछा गया था. Now UPSC can ask you about curative jurisdiction, and this is a very probable area to come in prelims as well as in mains. तो आप बताइए in comment box which is the correct option for this question. What do you mean by judicial review, and among these options which one is correct? And जो भी सही आंसर देगा उस पे thumbs up दिया जाएगा, and that's how you know which is the right answer. Practice question. Supreme Court is not final because it is infallible, but infallible because it is final. 150 words 10 mark. अगर ये question आता है तो क्या आप solve कर सकोगे 150 words 10 marker में? Do write the answer. So we have already discussed about this part, definition of the curative petition. Now guidelines भी हमने देख लिया. The next thing which you require to be read to know is what is the constitutional provisions behind curative petition. Curative petition, by jo Supreme Court takes up the curative petition, what is the constitutional provision? So Article 137 and Article 155 is the constitutional provisions behind curative petition. You should know what is the Article 145 and 137. In 145, the Indian Constitution governs the making of laws and rules. It means then Supreme Court has the authority to review every judgment. All right. What are the special powers of Supreme Court? पहले पैराग्राफ में हमने देखा कि powers क्या क्या है, power to appoint judges and then curative jurisdiction, advisory jurisdiction भी है. And the first paragraph, let me show you again. So yes, advisory jurisdiction, it acts as a highest court of appeal. It is a federal court. All these things we already looked at. Okay. So the thing which we were looking at, the constitutional provisions. Now special powers of the Supreme Court. Look at this. Further, dispute resolution under Article 131 of the Constitution gives the Supreme Court exclusive original jurisdiction in disputes between government of the India and one or more state. तो Supreme Court कहाँ कहाँ intervene करता है? When there is a dispute between government of India and one or more state के बीच में हो, और between state themselves, मतलब government of India एक तरफ हो, दूसरी तरफ states या more than one state हो, या फिर state versus state हो, ठीक है? There also the Supreme Court has dispute resolution powers under Article 131. Then comes discretionary jurisdiction. Article 136 of Indian Constitution grants the Supreme Court the power to grant special leave to appeal from any judgment, decree मतलब simply law, ठीक है? Act, order made by a court or tribunal in India. This power does not apply to military tribunals. So military tribunals में discretionary jurisdiction of Supreme Court is not applicable, and also court martials में. This is important. Please mark it. Prelims के perspective से जो आपका static part है, polity का, वो पूछ सकते हैं. Then further advisory jurisdiction. What is that? Supreme Court has advisory jurisdiction under Article 143 of the Constitution, where the President, so President of India can refer specific matters to court for his opinion. तो President को advise कर सकता है under Article 143 जब खुद President specific matters में इसके opinion seek करे. Then contempt proceedings under Article 129 and 142 of the Constitution, the Supreme Court has authority to punish for contempt of the court, including contempt itself, either suo motu खुद से कर सकता है या तो कोई petition file करे by who? Attorney General, Solicitor General और any individual. कोई भी individual, Solicitor General, Attorney General, कोई भी अगर कोई petition file करता है तो Supreme Court act on contempt of the court, contempt proceedings. All right. This is under Article 129 and 142. So these are the static part of your preparation, but I try to cover it for you so that for you certain roles of Supreme Court and difference between curative petition, special powers of the Supreme Court is covered once and for all. Concluding remark, again look at the concluding remark. In the Indian, this is another way. जैसे एक conclusion हमने देखा इस type के topics में, ऐसा तो है नहीं कि एक ही conclusion सब जगह fit हो जाता है. There could be many ways to write a conclusion. Another way to write a conclusion in such kind of topic is this. In the Indian legal system, a curative petition is a novel idea and judicial innovation. It is regarded as the very last and only option. So this is the last option and only option. However, if discussing the context of justice such as the Nirbhaya case, so you should know what is the Nirbhaya case, it offers a setback for the judges to deliver the verdict promptly. Inconsistencies abound in our judicial system. It provides a means for criminal to avoid punishment. मतलब ये इस तरीके से critical analysis अगर पूछा जाए, critical stand on curative petition, तो इस तरीके का आप जो है conclusion दे सकते हैं अपने answers में, ठीक है? So I think yes, this is all about curative petition, difference between curative petition and judicial review, what is the case which was held in Delhi Metro Rail judgment, what was the stance of the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, also then Dampwell, and what was the basis of termination, etc. All this is हमको पता होना चाहिए, and that I think we have dealt in detail. Yes, this is all about today's Delhi newspaper analysis. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, keep reading, be consistent. तथास्तु बच्चों।